Hi everyone, Jen here with the question period. Today's question is an interesting one to me. It is, do I work with the Galactic Federation of Light? And if I do, how do you travel to meet them? And so this is an interesting question for me because I don't generally identify as someone who directly works with the Galactic Federation of Light or a specific named group of spirits or inter or transdimensional beings that are here to support humanity. And part of that is because I don't actually connect with names per se when I am working with these energies on the other side or here and vice versa. My experience is more of working and identifying energies and feelings and resonance. And so when I interact with people, I often am not asking, who are you and what kind of group do you belong to or what is your race? I don't ask those questions, and I never have. Even as a child, I struggled to remember people's names and where they were from and so forth, and I think it's just a makeup of my soul. Now, does that mean that I don't work with them? No, not necessarily. I did speak with them the other night in terms of getting validation. Are you guys communicating with me? Are we working together on some projects? And they did confirm I am not on their board of directors. I am not going to any regular meetings with them, but on occasion they do come in to support me or the people that I'm working with in terms of some of the projects or development that's happening. And so oftentimes we'll find that we may be aligned to certain groups, certain types of beings more than others. And that's why I think we see some people who channel or work with specific beings on a regular basis. So we see people who channel Metatron. We see people who prefer to work with angels. We see people who work with Mary Magdalene. We see people who work with the Galactic Federation of Light or Arcturians or Pleiadians and so forth. From my perspective, the one consistent group of beings that I see, particularly at the Soul Institute, is blue sphere beings that we work with. But they're certainly not the only ones. We just see them more consistently, as well as some of the original inhabitants who lived on this land who are doing a lot of healing and support with us. And how we work with them is interesting. We're not actually getting into anything physical to travel to their space in the universe, but it's almost more of a consciousness connection. So, for example, when I was trying to connect in with the Galactic Federation of Light, I just thought of them and they were able to come into my consciousness and we were able to have a communication, a connection there. Sometimes it's as simple as that, is we think of somebody, we think of a certain energy and we're able to connect with it through the time-space portals that exist. Other times we may have an experience where we go on a journey in a meditative state or we go on a journey in a dream state. And both of the imagery and the shapes and the textures and the colors and everything that you may see or sense in those experiences are also valid. They could be literal representation of how you might be traveling or have traveled in the past, but they could also just be the way that your soul, your body, your mind needs to see those images in order to feel safe and receive the messages that are coming through. So the best way, in my opinion, to connect, if you're looking to connect with a specific group or you're just looking to connect with maybe some of your allies on the other side, is to really find a meditative space, to know how to relax your body, to know how to really calm down, because when we get into a nice relaxed space in the body and mind, our other senses open up so that we can then access our intuition and we are able to connect with these other dimensions and other beings. And if that's something that you're interested in doing, I would certainly recommend you check out some of the meditations that we are posting on soulinstitute.ca under online classes, because some of those are designed to connect you with some of these interdimensional or galactic allies that we do have if you have a natural connection to them. And then also just really start to notice the signs. Notice what you hear in your mind in certain situations. Notice what symbols you're getting from nature. Notice colors and lights and so forth. and gradually over time that connection will expand and it will become more focused, so that you don't necessarily need to go into a deep meditation, but you'll be able to connect with those beings in a very direct, immediate way in your waking life as well. So I hope that answers your question. I'm sure it's not as exciting and interesting as you were hoping, but I'm also not gonna lie. So they're definitely not on my speed dial, but I do believe they exist. And there are some people out there and in our local community as well who are very actively involved with the Federation of Light. So there's certainly some people we can put you in touch with if that's of interest. All right, have a beautiful day. Hope you're getting some sunshine on your end as well. Take care.